All right, hey guys, back again. I'm only doing like about several live streams this week, but wanted to start the day off with again like this week is obviously earnings season. Tesla earnings yesterday. Really didn't impress like the numbers didn't impress investors, but obviously the the you know the numbers going forward did, so that meant more than what was what was on print. So like this just tells you that this is what investors are after, and I think that sort of is reflected in the SPY, is reflected in the valuation of of essentially like the market right now. And so when we take a look at that and we compare it to the economic data today, for example, then we should have an idea as to what we think about the price, the stock market today. So in that case, like we had the durable orders come out today. We had some other durable orders excluding transportation, mortgage applications, and at 10:30 we have the EIA crude oil inventories. And that I'll post that. We missed on the exclusion of oil, I think, of oil, and where is it? No, excluding transportation. So transportation made up most of the durable goods in that case. So like from 0.07 to 0.26. So we have to sort of make that change when we take a look at durable goods excluding transportation. So households are obviously more concerned about that. When we take a look at the SPY right now, we see that it's the first 5 minutes. It's the entry point right now is right at the VWAP. We're sort of taking a look overall, like at some, we're always at this, like it should be well aware for the past 2 weeks, we've sort of been at this 506, 505 level. And if we're looking for like maybe a, quick sort of spike on up, we should be expecting that we're heading on up to another resistance level, previous resistance level. And so the reason why we're entertaining, we're trying to understand these economic data as quick as possible is so that we can get that make that profit here. So I'm just gonna take a look at that a bit here. We should probably take a look at some of these mortgage rates too. mortgage rates surge in popularity with 30-year above 7%. So we actually had a drop in in mortgage applications. So I think that's that just shows that we're not, consumers aren't trying to break their wallets going forward. So we have to sort of understand that perhaps consumer spending might have some tightness to it, and understanding that would sort of understand consumer behavior, and sort of what projections are going forward. So I think it's kind of understood that the market sort of right now for the consumer is just not really into the hot mortgage market, and in that case, they are sort of more concerned about, and perhaps more concerned about, just employment, and employment, like maybe just like accumulating funds, so on and so forth. So we have to sort of think about that, and sort of understand that where consumers are the make or break of these products, these tech products, or these tech earnings, or earnings in general. So we have Meta earnings coming out today, and I'm just trying to get this Meta. Meta today is, I think, obviously, today, and we have some other smaller earnings, smaller ones too, like waste management, like Chipotle. Well, I mean, waste management isn't small, but we do have some other more Dow driven sort of stocks. We have Lam Research, we have Waste Management, NYSE, NYSE. So right now, we're taking a look at these yields. Yields have gone up. I'm going to have to try to sort of, I would like to wait, like in these circumstances, I would love to just wait for the market to maybe like 10:30ish, because we know that gasoline prices have gone up, and obviously that could be a factor. So in that case, sometimes it's better to wait until 10:30, and right now, like the SPY is at 507. It might be a good time right now. For example, it's at an ultimate high on the 2-minute. It might be a good time, but not on the 5. So it might be a good time to sort of, I would do some puts here. Puts. I would take a guess and do some puts at 507. Puts at 507 for a little bit here until we sort of get a better picture of sort of the consumer spending pattern. I think that would be, you know, a trade idea for today. And yeah, well, you know, it's spiked up right now. I think it's because, you know, we're when we're looking at this here right now, we're seeing that sort of the cross from the 6-day to the 130-day. So we're seeing this pattern here, and we're seeing this shadow sort of develop on the 2-minute. We don't know yet, but we'll see what happens. You see on the 15-minute sort of like the push towards the multi-period high here. So we're seeing some of these patterns form. So in that sense, again, I would start to think of puts here for a little bit here until 10:30, and then we can sort of have another sort of trade from that. So I will do that. Excuse me. Sort of mortgage, durable goods. Mortgage. Goods. Goods and crude oil. Consumer habits are important for earnings. So this up right here. All right, so yeah, we're seeing this drop back down from 507. So I would, as I said, I would do puts here. Puts at 507 on the SPY, 507 until 10:30. Oh. Fuck. Oh, yeah, so this is sort of what we're anticipating right now. In that sense here, so I want to sort of get into sort of these levels with you guys here. The 507 is obviously a strong level here, 507. So we're seeing that we're hitting this resistance level, and we're slowly fading back on down here, and in this case we're seeing that obviously the carry forward from yesterday on the 5, on the 15 is sort of important with that. I think we get a better sort of idea on the 15 because we have this huge sort of drawdown, sort of this U-shaped sort of recovery or whatever, and we're sort of we broke through this 503 channel based on the sort of the tech earnings. So I mean, like this 507 resistance level is you can probably bet money on the fact that it's has to do with whether or not we get some either good earnings or an exceptional sort of some sort of exceptional projection from each company. So we're seeing right now, we're seeing right here, like there is a possibility for this channel right here. We're seeing this channel right here is that we're getting some I would say this channel right here would be more appropriate, like where we are sort of we're seeing that obviously upward higher highs. We're seeing some sort of consolidation from yesterday. We're seeing a bottoming out. We're seeing a sort of pretty good recovery here, and like overall we're seeing like pretty strong sort of growth. We're like in different markets. I guess the issue right now is is it are the treasuries another sort of issue here? That the treasuries have gone up. We should sort of take a look at gold too. Gold is sort of another asset that has made sort of been more in the news recently, and gold has gone down 0.26% today. So where if we take a look at the gold chart, we're seeing some like we're seeing that gold is has played a factor over in this run here. Like yesterday, for example, like April 19th, for example, here, or April 20th, like gold was like at its all-time high of pretty much, you know, 2400, 17 or something like that. And the market dipped, you know, for that period, for that period of time. So if we sort of understand that, and we understand that that has an effect on on uh, on on the market, then we'll see, like, on the 23rd, like, you know, gold dropped by $100 or so, and the market started to pick up traction again. So that's, I think, very important. I'll put that on the you know, on the thing here. Yeah, so that's important as well. So that's why I think we're seeing, like, some like, I would say, difficulty in sort of predicting, like, whether the stock market is gonna, like just go right on up or not here, because, you know, some people might want to keep their gold, or some people might want to diversify and buy some Bitcoin and this and that. So we're seeing this as an issue, well, as a trading risk, I would say. So, you know, this sort of gold number is important, and yeah. Okay. This gold chart here. I'll let you guys figure out the gold chart. But a crude is down 0.5%. S&P is up a little bit here. Nasdaq is up considerably, obviously. So I want to sort of take a look at some of the. See, we're getting this. We're starting to get this, like, drop on, a little bit of a drop on down from 507. From 507 here, and now it's back up a little bit. But we'll just take a look at some of these. Meta today, obviously, we should take a look at. Meta drop is sort of is up quite a bit, and then is now fading on back down. This is actually a pretty good trade to get in at. I would guess that, you know, I would do puts on Meta right now at 500 till 10:30, and then, you know, waiting for traders to sort of pick up the stock, you know, after the earnings. On Meta at 500. So Meta sort of bounced off the 511 here, 24 level. When I think like when you're thinking about earnings, I think it's good to always take a look at the daily chart again. So like the highest it's been is like this year is 530. So I think a lot of traders could possibly be anticipating perhaps a if it's a solid earnings report, some sort of spike up into this 517 to 530 range, or perhaps even higher. So if we're saying like a 5% pre-market or earnings after earnings spike would probably be like $15. So we're like 5% or something like 5 to 7% would be like in the 520 range. So I think if we're setting up for this, we're trying to perhaps get in on a price where entering it at a low volume, and then trying to pick up trying to catch this at a when the momentum sort of picks up on the stock. So right now we obviously know we don't have any we wouldn't have as much momentum as we would if we had the earnings already. So when we're taking a look at this, we're sort of just trying to get in at a good enough price that we can ensure ourselves that we're making a profit. Get this. No, so we're taking at this daily chart. We're seeing that this stock for today at least could bounce off 500 and then come back down a little bit depending on the earnings. So this is all sort of just preparing for the earnings and sort of seeing how this would sort of affect things going forward here. We're seeing this little spike on up here. Yeah. So we're anticipating like a break of this shelf here, of this sort of this downward trend that we're having, and in that case, I don't think we'll see anything until we get earnings. The SPY is below the again has faded on down from 507 to 506.30. So we obviously have that to counter, sort of to monitor versus the meta stock right now. So we're all below the VWAP right now for on the 2 and on the 15. for the SPY here. So plus we have this cross over from the 13 SMA crossing the 130. So we could see some sort of we could see more of a drop, or we could have this sort of bounce back on up. But as I said, I puts on the SPY right now at 507. If we take a look at maybe Costco here, Costco. So, we could see, like, first of all, so we could see the SPY probably going, I wouldn't say going back down to 505.80 or 85 or something. I'm starting to think like maybe like 506, 25 or 506, 506.10 or 12 could probably be the lowest it could go. Just because yesterday, not yesterday, the low of the day is 505.81, 505.80, somewhere around there. So this could possibly be the sort of the scalp that we're after. On the 15-minute, yeah, you could see that, like, we formed a huge resistance at 505.40. Yeah, I think it'd be difficult to get 505.40 or 505.60. So I think perhaps, like, if we get one more sort of drop back on down here, which I highly doubt right now, I think it'd be a good time to exit or leave the trade. So let's just take a look at the SPY for a little bit here. Costco is obviously experiencing like a sharp downturn here. I mean, since the beginning of March, I could see Costco going down further, down below 700. I think Costco is another stock that I would short. Because I think we're starting to see some sort of downtrend here. Costco is sort of another one of these stocks. If it breaks above this VWAP here, I think maybe we should get out of the SPY trade. But if it just keeps here, if it keeps below the VWAP, maybe we can. I think we should leave this trade here. You don't want to hold the trade for too long because this is sort of I would probably get out of this trade now. So out on SPY, SPY 507. Yeah, so we didn't make much on this SPY trade here, but we did see that fade on down below the below VWAP here, and yeah, so we saw that fade on down, so that's good. We see another sort of you know, shadow. We could again do puts, but right now it seems like, you know, everybody, the market's on you know, likes is in favor of buyers. So I think that was just a good place to buy a call on the SPY. We have room to go higher. It might be a good time to change over to calls, but you know, we want to be extra careful. So we don't want to. We want to enter in at a good price here. So Costco right now isn't really moving that much. You know, because the Dow is down. The Dow is just not really moving that much. As I mentioned, we have this issue with sort of the durable goods, this and that. So I'm not optimistic on Costco for today, and I would do shorts on Costco maybe until even the end of the week. Intel is I mean, tech is up today, so we're starting to see this. So we have a double top here. This double top is sort of you know, sort of reigning in this sort of consolidation pattern right here on Intel. So this sort of consolidation pattern at sort of 40, I would say $46 sort of helped the stock, has helped the stock for a good several months. Then this downward trend is another you know, sign of sort of weakening of sort of the AI trend, and I would say something that's just put on hold because of the, you know, change in market dynamics into sort of inflation protection and you know, the churn in the market. So I wouldn't be too, like, looking at the daily chart. I wouldn't be too we see a downward trend. If this breaks sort of the 50, sort of this area, then we can start on calls. But you know, I think right now, like this 30 35 35, I would say not even 35, like sort of this $36 area. If it breaks this trend, then we can sort of see that it could possibly you know, go up. NVDA, see, we're getting the sharp you know, drop on down again. NVDA went up. Is just pretty much NVDA. We have this sort of this huge drop on down a few days ago to, you know, 700s. I think we might be consolidating here at this 830 level, so we can sort of take some time to to, to see that. We can take a look at sort of 830, maybe sort of the daily, um, sort of what we're after right now. Uh, Seeing this, like, start seeing that it's been coming down from I would say from April 11th onwards. We see that, you know, this is exhibiting this trend here, this trend line, and we're possibly, you know, if everything is good, I think we could be trying to crack this 850. Um, but again, the SPY is doing actually pretty well today. Nasdaq's doing pretty well today. So I think really, because the NVDA earnings have passed on by, maybe you know, people or investors will come back to this, but I don't really see any. If we do get a huge upper shadow, I would actually start doing puts on Nvidia. ARM. ARM at this sort of this $100 level mark. We look at the dailies. You see how the daily, we had this trend line put in on the daily from a while back. So we're seeing this sort of bounce back on up to the $100 level. So this, this would have been pretty good. I think we're seeing this sort of this bouncing off this 104 could be another strong resistance. So I would think that this is for today is not a great trade, and I would just keep puts if you were back on down to maybe the $96 level. Um, yeah, so we can just coin again, Coinbase. Let's see that. Oh, there we go. Now it's fading on down. On the SPY here, 506. Coin is obviously just choppy. I would just stay away from that for now. Stay away from that stock for trading. Amazon down just 2%, or 1.7776%. So just back to the SPY here. I think SPY is pretty interesting right now. We got that 507. It hits the 507 resistance level and just comes right back on down. So that's what we're taking a look at right now. So 507, yeah. See if you held till 10:30, yeah, you would probably make a profit of $1 roughly. So we're finally breaking the 506 here. Yeah, now it's just fading on back down. But Meta 496, so $4 here. I would get out of Meta now. I would get out of Meta. Make a quick $4 profit. Uh, uh, on profit on Meta at 496 at 490 496 496.58 58 here, and then just take that sort of $3 $4 $3.50 profit or so. So we're seeing the SPY going back up again, uh, and then coming back on down. We're seeing another sort of lower low. We're just waiting on 10:30 here. Okay, so we got the number. We got the EI crude oil inventories came in less by quite a bit. It's a deficit, so it shows like perhaps a lot of consumer spending is is towards crude oil inventories. Um, that could be a, from what I understand, this lack of crude oil could affect but like obviously increase oil price if it's not sort of balanced out, if it's persistent. So, but I think we get a general idea that you less oil is produced. Less oil is produced. Uh, Therefore, we have less crude oil inventories, perhaps, or we're just using up more and more crude oil inventories. So we're I think we're looking at some of the momentum here. If we get and right now it just seems like on the 2 minute right now we're we're reaching a low of the day. So let's see what happens. We're below 506 now. And, and I think we're going to keep dropping. Well, plus we have like treasury yields going up substantially. I think we're just really like the stocks are really just like fighting off this sort of this rise in treasury yields that you know is really sort of affecting things. All right. As I mentioned, I'm just gonna post this data, update this data here. As I mentioned, we were just waiting for those crude oil inventories. They don't look great, but the impression seems like that we need, there's a scarcity of oil. Like I mean, for a deficit of oil today, lack of oil, and oil prices will appear to be going up. Consumer spending flattening out. Gold coming off its high for the past maybe 6 months or so at 2,400 and 405. So we're expecting that gold will perhaps bounce back up due to inflation. So we're not looking for, we're not thinking that SPY without any sort of earnings, strong earnings will make the move up, will make the upward move. So that's sort of that's the reason why we're waiting for those 1030 data. I think, for today, I think that was pretty much the trade for today. And I think anything more I think anything like other than trading probably Meta today is for me. I would just trade Meta, find a good entry price, and maybe Meta, maybe even Costco would be another one I would look at. Costco. Intel is, I think, sort of not really what we're sort of trading for today. I think doesn't have the range, doesn't have sort of much of a delta. ARM is I think if I think it should continue its sort of downward move, but I think mainly, like, if we're taking a look at Nvidia right now, Nvidia today was at 840. We could see Nvidia going down to 820, 822, but I wouldn't be just taking a sort of a look at the stock. I could see this possibly spiking up to 840 if we break this sort of downward trend here, and I think that's possible because a slight market dip doesn't mean that today is sort of done for today. I think we need to take a look at next week. Tomorrow. Tomorrow we have sort of GDP, and this Thursday's much more important. GDP and jobless claims, and this week is just important. Personal spending, this and that. I think we could see some really big moves in one direction. So I would be doing puts for today on most stocks. Puts on definitely on the SPY right now. Like, the SPY has dropped pretty much to a new low of the day, to almost the low of the day, I think we're just still. We're just waiting on this fading on down on the SPY. We have this sort of talking about durable goods, and this and that. We have we have this Kazo group up 31% today. Sort of just if we it's just like an online car retailer buying cars, selling cars. Take a look at its stock. Probably earnings. Oh, they have earnings coming out in 4 days. You know, you can see that huge spike on up. You know, we could see this perhaps fade on down to about 10, maybe $11. Yeah, I could, you know, we could see that it hit the day here, fade on down, high of the day. But we could see I think we could see some fade on down. But this is sort of like I would say, relatively low float stock. And getting in here with earnings coming up in 4 days. So, you know, I could see this if we can get in like after this one candle, we could start. You know, I could say like some people could start buying calls on this because we have earnings in 4 days. The small business, like sort of the tech, obviously the tech rally is still big on earnings. Seems to be doing pretty well, like a lot of the tech stocks. So, you know, there does appear to be momentum for and perhaps some trading. There could be some chance here to trade this for this to move on higher. I mean, yeah, even on the 15-minute chart here, like we're, you know, if you can get in at about 11:58 right at the VWAP here, you know, I could definitely see this probably moving on up. Maybe if we're, but I would probably wait until tomorrow. I don't know, since it's already like 31.86 percent up. You know, if this hits like $13, I would take for now, and then I could, you know, see this fading up back onwards for puts, like fading up back on down at a multi-period high. Yeah, so even taking a look at the day chart here, the day chart, we're seeing sort of this trending down pattern here. This pattern of trending down here at this 1170. Yeah, so we're sort of seeing what the if we pick up here, then we could probably see this going up to $13. But if I were on the safe side, I would see if I can get some puts for, or I would try to put this till for a little bit here, because I think 30% is pretty high. But we have GDP numbers coming out, so you sort of have to think about that too. It's a 130-day here. Like this could potentially go up, today or tomorrow due to GDP numbers. If the GDP numbers, I think the GDP numbers are going to really, take this stock to maybe even like, I don't know, like $20 tomorrow or something like that. So that's something this is something, that's risky enough to think about. He's fading back on down, 505. I think we reached a low of the day on the SPY. Yeah, 505.22. It's back on up, but I think there's still some more downside to this, perhaps. Still some more downside to this. Yeah. Retesting the low of the day today. Retesting the low. I think coming back down even further. So we have this. Will it go to about 503 at the 130-day today? I don't know. It should, perhaps. But, it seems like quite a drop. A little bit, quite a. It doesn't seem too implausible. Like $2, 503. I mean, because the data isn't great, it isn't good, it isn't bad, but it's tradable. So we could see more of a downward drop, downward to perhaps even like if I'm taking a look at my resistance charts here, supports. I mean, this could. We have I have a previous resistance of 505.18. If we look on the 30-minute, this could go possibly back down to about 503.50. There's a chance for that. So yeah. As I said today, like this morning, like at about, I think 15 minutes in or so, roughly, like I was already saying, like after the economic data, like sort of came out, and I'm saying like puts on the SPY for a bit here until 10:30. Wait and see what and it's just not, it's not what the market was expecting. But we're obviously expecting these earnings. these earnings, these meta earnings, these big tech earnings, and so it's more like you gotta pick your stock. But overall sentiment doesn't. Overall market sentiment doesn't seem great. Again, yeah, I just wanted to, you know, chat a little bit about, you know, I'm on tradecaster.com. Tradecaster.com is a platform that has, you know, uh, about 20 traders that trade various financial instruments such as options, momentum trading, and trade different strategies. Um, Under Dekmar Trades, Sean Dekmar. So, if you guys are really interested in trading and would like to learn about trading and would like to follow different traders, I would, go head over to tradecaster.com and try to, choose the trader that you would follow. I suggest you follow, subscribe to Dekmar, Sean Dekmar. He knows quite a bit about momentum trading and options trading, and there are as soon as there's a free 7-day trial, and then you can see that we have videos that teach you how to trade, as well as we have live traders. So yeah, so if you are interested, please come on by and yeah. Yeah, come on by, subscribe to me, or subscribe to somebody that you like, and try to start your trading journey as smoothly as possible. Um, that's all I can sort of try to. Every day is every trading day is a new day, and it's just you have to sort of adapt to the market, and sometimes it's just you get new uh, ideas thrown at you, and that you have to adjust to. So I suggest, like, going on to tradecaster.com, watching different traders trade, and try to get your trading, whether it's a big account or a small account, start trading as soon as possible. That will always make you a better trader. Yeah, but as for today, I think like the trading portion, I'm done with. I had puts on SPY at 507. I had puts on Meta at up until just this morning, because I think the market would sort of turn. So I had puts on Meta at 500, and I told essentially, like, you guys to sell at for like $4 for a $4 scalp. 590, oh sorry, 496, so roughly. So I think yeah, I think that just based on the economic data that we got this morning, uh, so I think after this, it's just really all like tech earnings for me. Uh, as a trader, so I would just stop trading after this. But love to talk to you guys uh, tomorrow, and I think for now, like, I'm done trading for today. I'll if you have any, you know, anything else to sort of think about. NVDA sort of coming back on down. Yeah. Overall, I think most of today is really waiting for until the earnings, and yeah. So I'm done trading for today. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Have a good day, guys.